Alrighty, so what's up everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in to this video. And this video right here is a response in regards to how my first time went shaving my head completely bald using a razor blade. First and foremost, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. So let's get straight into it. So with today's video, I'm going to discuss what it's been like since I've shaved my head completely bald using a razor blade for the very first time. So the razors that I use, here they are here. It's a little sunny in my car. Gillette Labs Fusion 5. Okay. Now, I had a subscriber ask me a couple of days ago, what was that yesterday? It was either yesterday or 2 days ago. Face to face, I believe her username is. And she asked me, she says, how did it go basically? You know, shaving my head completely bald using a razor blade for the first time. And I replied back to her. I said, oh man, everything is good, you know, thumbs up, no irritation at all, you know, all of those good things, you know. And the funny thing is, you know, I think it was, what has it been? I think it's been 7 or 8 days since I completely shaved my head bald here. And you guys can see, I don't know if you guys can like really see. Let me be careful because I'm driving right now. All right, I'm coming up to a red light. All right, so I can show you guys what it looks like after, what has it been, like 7 or 8 days since I last shaved my head completely bald. Okay, so you guys can see that. Now what ended up happening was, I want to say at like day 4 or 5, I started to notice a little bit of an itch, and I didn't really attribute that to the shaving. And to be honest with you, I still don't know if it's attributed to the shaving or not, because I've had itchiness before, you know, using different methods of shaving my head bald. And in this instance, at least, it didn't quite remind me of that. It wasn't the same feeling. It was like a really slight itch. It wasn't bothersome or anything like that, but it was noticeable. You know, in the back part of my head here, on the sides here a little bit, not completely on the sides, but just a little bit on the sides and a little bit on the back. So I didn't really think too much of it. Like, okay, you know, it didn't persist throughout the day or anything like that. And I want to say day 6, it became a little bit more. I'm like, okay. All right, so let me take a look. I became a little bit paranoid. I'm like, okay, is this a result of me using the razor blade on my head? So I took a close look in the mirror, and like I said, I would do it right now, but I'm driving, you know, of course, got to be safe. But I took a close look in the mirror. I don't see any red bumps. I don't see any razor bumps or anything like that. I don't see any redness or anything, but I could feel the itch, and every now and then, it's really random. I can feel like a little slight sting a little bit. It's not painful, but it's like a little slight sting. You know, if you guys have shaved your head before or cut your hair before, you know what I'm talking about, you know. But that feeling I am familiar with. I'm like, okay, I think this is from shaving my head bald. So with the razor blade at least. So maybe it's a little bit of denial. I don't know. But I was just thinking about it more because I really wanted to be sure before I came on here and discussed it with you guys. But one thing that I did when I did shave my head bald using that razor blade, for a couple of days I did wear a hat. Not all day. I just wore it to work and wore it back home type thing. You know, I didn't wear it all throughout the day. But coincidentally, and again, when you shave your head, when you try new things, you have irritation, stuff like that, you begin to think of every single possibility that it could possibly be. I know I can't be the only one that does that. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. But so what I noticed was, you know, when you put, you know, I wore a basic baseball hat, and I noticed that every spot that the hat hits, you know, the pressure of the hat is like right here on the sides, right there, and on the back, and on like kind of the sides of the back. Nothing on the top of my head. Keep that in mind. Nothing. Top of my head is totally fine, 100%. Nothing. No type of itchiness. Nothing whatsoever, no stinging whatsoever. So I began to think about that, and I'm like, man, I wonder if it came from that hat. I wonder if the hat kind of irritated, you know, my hair growing back in or whatever. And so yeah, I say that to say I'm not sure if it was the hat or the razor. I don't know. But what I'm gonna do is, since I do have that slight little itchiness, you know, after I want to say what day did I say? Like day 5 or 6, that's when I started to notice it. And it really wasn't troublesome. It's not bothersome or anything like that. But I know yesterday, before I went to church, then I really started feeling it even more so. Okay, so again, I just went back to the drawing board again, like, okay, like what's going on? What did I do wrong? Is it because of a hat that I wore? Is it because of how I shaved it or whatever? So what I began to think outside of the hat was, okay, did I moisturize enough? So I didn't moisturize I mean, this is really stupid what I did, but I didn't moisturize my head ever since I shaved it bald using the Gillette Fusion 5 Labs razor blades here. But now what I did do, I do have a very moisturizing conditioner that I use. I put that in a few days out the week, and I just call it that. Just call it a day, But because of that slight itchiness, I think what I should have done, two things that I should have done, I think, okay? Now, usually I wouldn't even make a video like this. In the past, I've just, when I have bad experiences, when I have irritation, especially if you can physically see the irritation and things like that, I'm just like, okay, like the internet doesn't want to see that. I'll just wait until this clears up, it gets better, then I'll come back and tell everybody the good news. But I just want to show you guys both sides of this time. Like I say, I don't have any physically you can't see anything. I don't have any rashes. I don't have any bumps or anything like that. But even when I touch it, it's kind of like I kind of trigger the itchiness, in certain areas, like right here. Like I say, everywhere that hat laid at, right here, the back part, this part right here, and then this back part right here. Even if I just rub it, I kind of trigger that itchiness, Anyway, where was I at? But yeah, I just wanted to get you guys just full transparency on this. Usually I don't even make videos like this. I just come and show you guys like, hey, this works for me. This works great. Maybe you should try it out if you want to. But in this, with this experience, I say, let me play this a different way. Let me come on and just tell everybody about the ups and the downs and the in-betweens as it happens, rather than months later, years later, or whatever. So anyway, so yeah, that was the first thing that I thought about. Okay, should I have what did I say? Should I have moisturized throughout the week? Put some jojoba oil on my scalp, things like that. Like every day, before I go to sleep or whatever. That's what I began to think about. I'm like, okay, well, I am new to shaving my head bald with the razor blade. So, but anyway, the reason why I didn't moisturize my head, pretty much every day with the jojoba oil was because, using the Andis T outliners, which I'm used to using, I just got so used to moving a certain way with those. So I just kind of fell back into that same practice. Like, okay, well, I'm just going to do what I usually do. But once I try this again, which I will, I'm gonna give this another try. What I would do is I would moisturize more every day. And then also what I would do, I didn't use a pre-shave oil. As you guys can see, if you go back to my video where I first shaved my head bald for the first time using the razor blade, I didn't pre-oil my head. Okay, did I say pre-shave? I didn't pre-oil my scalp at all. Okay, now I prepped it in regards to putting a hot towel on there for a few minutes and all of those good things. My hair was clean at the moment and all of that. But I think what I should have done, forgive me you guys for the brightness, it's like really sunny out here. But I think what I should have done was, before I even shaved my head, just put some jojoba oil on, put a bunch of jojoba oil on there, and then put the shaving cream on top, and then shave it off. And I wonder if I would still kind of have this little bit of itchiness feeling. But like I say, I'm not quite sure if it's attributed to the razor blade or the hat. I don't know if the hat triggered something or irritated something. I'm not sure. This is my first time shaving my head bald with the razor blade. But feel free to chime in. Let me know any comments or suggestions. I know that goodness, what is his name on there? Ivy, I believe. Ivy, he commented and he said that he's got 40 plus years of experience of shaving. And, and like the Bible tells us, older people often give wise advice, So he left some advice that I really appreciated. Really appreciated that advice that he gave me. He's got 40 plus years of shaving experience. He listed a razor blade that he personally uses, and he says that it doesn't give him any irritation. So like I told him in the comments, I definitely take that into consideration. He's very much aware that a lot of this is trial and error. A lot of this is experience. A lot of this is personal preference and things of that sort. So it's definitely a journey, you know, figuring out what works best for you, what works best for me, and things like that. Because what works best for me may not work best for somebody else. You know, maybe somebody can shave their head against the grain. They don't have a problem, no irritation. It's just butter smooth. You know, I know that I can't do that. You know, so, but yeah, just wanted to come in and keep it real with you guys, give you guys an update. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for tuning in to my videos. I very much appreciate it. I look forward to making more and more content in the future. So yeah, again, I'm open to any information. I'm open to any advice and things like that. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm about to go in here into this gym, get me a workout in real quick. I don't feel like being here, but hey, you know, it is what it is. I'm about to get this workout in real quick. Oh, and then by the way, since I do have this slight itchiness, I won't be touching my scalp. I'm gonna give it at the very least another week until I can just, you know, rub my head. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like drastic, it's not like super bad or anything like that. It's just so slight enough to where it gives me a little bit of pause, and it's like, okay, let's kind of take a break and then, you know, reassess things, and then let's come back and try it again. You know, and maybe I had the same situation again. I mean, I'll give it a good like 3 to 5 times to try this out and just really see what works best, and get it down to the point where even after 5, 6, 7, 8, however many days, I don't have any irritation whatsoever. I'm really big on that now. It doesn't mean that if I do try something new though, that I just toss it out the window like, oh, this gave me a little bit of irritation, I'm done forever. Like no, you know, I give it a reasonable amount of time, try it out and all those good things. So yeah, I will be trying that again. Oh, and another little tidbit. When I did feel like it got a little bit itchy, aloe vera gel did help. Okay, I started to look into it. Got a little bit paranoid about it because I've been there, done that. Went down those paths before where stuff starts getting itchy and bumpy and red and out of control. But like I say, as you guys can see, you know, visually, hopefully you guys can see that there. I don't have any, take my seatbelt off, let me try to show you guys the back. I don't have any visual bumps or bruises, redness, whatever. I don't have anything like that. Just a very slight itch here and there. And like I said, if I touch, it kind of triggers it. Just throughout the day, just at random times, it kind of pops up. But when I was using the Andis T outliners, that was not happening. I mean, everybody gets a random itch every now and then, you know, just for a random unexplained reason, you know. But yeah, ever since I've shaved my head bald using these razor blades here, I want to say day 1 completely fine. I told my wife about it. When I got done, I went upstairs. I'm like, yo, I told my wife, I said, poo I just shaved my head bald with the razor blades for the first time. She's like, oh, okay, how it went? I'm like, it went fine. Like, she said, it didn't bother you? I'm like, nah, like, it's fine. Like, everything is smooth. So that was day 1. Day 2, the same thing. Me and my wife kind of talked about it for a little bit. Like, yeah, everything is cool. Then randomly, I think she asked me about it on the 4th day. She, oh, how's everything with it? I'm like, oh, it's cool. Like, no irritation whatsoever. The 5th day, that's when I noticed, like, okay, it got a little bit itchy. And that's when I started getting paranoid and trying to think, okay, what caused this? Was it the razor blade? Did I do something wrong? Did I stroke it wrong? What, you know, all those thoughts that go through your mind. I started to think about those things. Then I want to say that 5th day, that's where the itchiness was a little bit more obvious. It wasn't significant, but it was just more than that, like I say, that usual just random itch, you know. So I'm like, okay. That's when I started thinking even more. Then the 6th day, I think it was the 6th day. That's when face to face on here. That's when she asked me. She said, hey, you know, how's everything going? Basically, I'm paraphrasing what she said on the comments. I'm like, oh, everything is fine, no irritation whatsoever. You know, and at that moment, it's like, okay. The itch was very, very minor. It wasn't to the point where it's like, okay, I can say, okay, I definitely wouldn't do this again because it made me minimally itchy on my scalp a little bit. So I'm like, you know, everything is fine, you know. But then Sunday, yesterday, that's when I noticed it more. And I'm like, man, like then it got to a point where I could touch it. And I'm like, man, it's like, why is it doing this, you know? And I don't want to discourage anybody or anything like that. I'm just keeping it real, you know. So then, not to make this video too long, I could talk about this for a long time. But then, you know, I got curious like we all do. I went on Google. I Googled it like, hey, you know, why does my scalp feel, gonna got a piece of random hair on my head or something. Why does my scalp feel randomly itchy or whatever? You know, you type in a bunch of keywords on Google and then AI shoots out a couple of answers for you. So the answer that I felt was most relatable to what I'm experiencing is, according to AI, Google, whatever it is, it said that it's very common that, okay, everything can be fine for 4 or 5 straight days. But after that 5th, 6th, sometimes even 7th day, you know, the hairs begin to grow back in. Some of the hairs may be ingrown. Some of them begin to irritate your scalp and things like that. That's when you can begin to notice either razor burns, bumps, all those irritations that come with shaving and things like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, like that's exactly what I'm experiencing. Not razor burns, not bumps, but just in regards to that little slight itchiness. Like I say, I can't see anything on the surface. I don't feel any bumps or anything like that as I rub my head, you know. It's just, I don't know, unexplained. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it another week. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna cut it. I'm tempted to do it again just to see, just because I'm curious. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna pump the brakes, just not do anything to my scalp right now outside of moisturizing it and washing it and all of those good things. You know, continue to put some aloe vera gel on it. I've got some witch hazel at home as well. Yeah, so I'm just gonna give it a break for another week, maybe even 2 weeks. If it still feels like this, like a week from now, then I'll just reassess again, and I'll have to just refrain from shaving or cutting it again, which is fine. You know, it is what it is. I don't want to sound alarming or anything like that. It's very minimal, but like I say, I really care about the irritation and things like that. I don't like to have an irritated scalp and all that stuff. I've been there, done that. It's not fun. But yeah, like I say, my curiosity got the best of me. I just wanted to see what it's like to use these razors here. So I'm still holding on to hope. I'm gonna try this. I want to say a good 3 to 5 times. All right, before I just say, you know what, razors are not for me. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for your support. Let me get in here to this gym because I'm cutting into my gym time here, you guys. So let's get in here. Peace out. Have a good one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. No. Boom. All right. Peace out.